The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Isabella Chen walked through the crystalline doors, her boots echoing against the polished floor. Behind her, moving with predatory grace, came Leo, though calling him just Leo hardly did justice to what he was. To the assembled aliens, he appeared as a massive feline, easily 8 feet at the shoulder, with midnight black fur that seemed to absorb light itself. His amber eyes tracked every movement in the room with an intelligence that made the council members shift uncomfortably in their various seats, perches, and suspension fields. Ambassador Thelnox of the Vraxian Empire leaned forward, his 3 eye stalks focusing on the peculiar pair. Human Isabella Chen. His translator device crackled. You stand accused of violating subsection 47C of the Galactic Harmony Accords, bringing a Class 5 predator species into council space without proper containment protocols. Isabella's expression didn't change. Leo isn't a predator species. He's my partner. A ripple of confusion passed through the chamber. The Catharian representative, whose species resembled oversized mantises, clicked her mandibles in what the translator interpreted as disbelief. Your partner. Humans bond with predators. Humans bond with everything. Isabella replied simply. It's what we do. Thelnox, eye stalks retracted slightly, a Vraxian expression of distaste. Regardless of your sentimental attachments, the creature poses a clear danger. Our security scans indicate it possesses claws capable of rending titanium, jaws that could crush a Delphian skull, and reflexes that surpass our fastest combat drones. It must be removed to a containment facility immediately. Leo's tail flicked once. A low rumble emanated from his chest, not quite a growl, but close enough to make several council members reach for their personal shield generators. He stays with me, Isabella said, her voice hard as starship hull plating. Non-negotiable. You misunderstand. Human. Thelnox rose to his full height, activating the gravity enhancers in his ceremonial robes to appear more imposing. This is not a request. The council has already voted. Your pet will be. He never finished the sentence. What happened next would be debated in xenobiology departments across the galaxy for decades. Thelnox had reached out with one of his 6 manipulator arms, intending to grasp Isabella's shoulder and emphasize his authority. His fingers never made contact. Leo moved. One moment he was sitting calmly beside Isabella. The next, he had interposed himself between her and the ambassador, his face mere inches from Thelnox's center eye stalk. The Vraxian froze, every survival instinct in his biology screaming danger. Touch her again, Leo said, and, yes, he said it, the words forming perfectly despite his feline mouth, each syllable dropping into the silence like stones into still water. And will wear your teeth as bracelets. The chamber erupted into chaos. It speaks. The Catharian representative shrieked. Impossible. Another counselor shouted. Our scans showed no linguistic centers, no vocal cords capable of your scans. Leo interrupted, still not moving from his protective stance, showed exactly what we wanted them to show. Isabella placed a hand on Leo's shoulder. He immediately relaxed, though his eyes never left Thelnox. Maybe I should explain, she said. Leo isn't my pet. He's not even really a cat, though that's the form he prefers. He's my bonded companion, and he's just as human as I am. The statement seemed to defy logic, yet Isabella continued. 300 years ago, Earth discovered something the rest of the galaxy apparently never did or never dared to try. We learned to share our consciousness across forms. Some of us chose mechanical bodies, others chose genetic enhancement, and some, like Leo, chose forms that better suited their personalities. Humans and their insane experiments, Thelnox muttered, having recovered some of his composure, though he made no move to approach Isabella again. Not an experiment, Leo corrected. Evolution. Humans adapt. It's what makes us special in this galaxy. While you were building rigid hierarchies and following protocols written 10,000 years ago, we were becoming more than what we were born as. The Delphian counselor, who had remained quiet until now, spoke up. Her species was known for their analytical minds. If what you say is true, then the implications are extraordinary. This means humans can transfer their consciousness into any form we can design or modify, Isabella confirmed. Leo chose a form that reminded us both of an Earth creature we loved. Others have chosen to become ships, to merge with AI, to exist as pure energy fields. The point is, we choose, we adapt, we survive, and we protect our own. Leo added, the rumble returning to his voice. Thelnox's eye stalks swiveled nervously. This changes nothing. He still violated subsection 47C, Isabella interrupted, which specifically addresses non-sapient predatory species. Leo is sapient. He's a registered Earth citizen with full diplomatic credentials. You can't detain him any more than you could detain me. The council chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. The Catherian representative was the first to speak. How many of you are there? Humans in alternative forms. Isabella smiled. Enough. The ship we arrived on, she's my sister. The station's life support system you've been trusting. My uncle decided he liked maintaining atmospheres. The asteroid miners in the belt outside. Half of them are human consciousness in mobile platforms that can survive hard vacuum. You've infiltrated council space, Thelnox said, his voice hollow. We've integrated, Leo corrected. There's a difference. We came in peace. We followed your rules. We contributed to your society. But we did it on our terms, in our forms, with our bonds intact. He finally stepped back from the ambassador, moving to sit beside Isabella once more. And if you try to separate bonded pairs or force humans into forms you find acceptable, you'll learn very quickly why Earth's military designation is still Class 7 threat, despite treaty compliance. The Delphian councillor's antennae twitched. You would go to war over this. We would, Isabella said simply. Humans protect their family, all of them, in whatever form they choose to wear. Thelnox looked around the chamber, seeing his fellow councillor's uncertainty reflected back at him. Finally, he deflated, his gravity enhancers powering down. The charges are dismissed, but this matter will be discussed further in closed session. Fair enough, Isabella said. She turned to leave, Leo padding silently beside her. As they reached the door, Leo paused and looked back over his shoulder. Oh, an ambassador, the bracelet comment. That wasn't a threat. That's just what humans do with the teeth of things that threaten our family. We've been making jewelry from our defeated enemies' remains for 10,000 years. His eyes gleamed with something that might have been humor. It's traditional. The doors closed behind them, leaving a chamber full of aliens to contemplate a truth they'd never fully grasped. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology or their adaptability or even their apparent immortality through consciousness transfer. It was the simple fact that they would never, ever abandon their own. And in a galaxy where most species valued order over loyalty, protocol over protection, that made humans the most dangerous thing in the stars.